Hello, and welcome to Great Sleep. Get ready to listen and relax. Today I'm going to tell you a magical New Year's story about the power of New Year's wishes. The small village nestled in the snowy mountains was a picturesque sight. Cozy cottages lined the streets, their chimneys puffing out smoke that disappeared into the crisp winter air. The villagers went about their daily lives, bundled up in warm coats and scarves, their breath visible as they laughed and chatted with one another. In one cottage, Mrs. Jenkins was busy baking gingerbread cookies for the upcoming New Year's Eve celebration. The sweet aroma filled her kitchen, making her mouth water. She hummed a cheerful tune as she rolled out the dough, her hands expertly shaping the cookies into festive shapes. Outside, children played in the snow, building snowmen and having snowball fights. Their laughter echoed through the village, bringing smiles to the faces of the villagers who watched from their windows. Amelia Thompson, the beloved schoolteacher, stood at the window of her small cottage, sipping a cup of hot cocoa. She watched as the villagers prepared for the New Year's Eve celebration with anticipation. The celebration held a special significance in their village. It was said that on this night, a wish made at midnight would come true. As the days passed and New Year's Eve drew closer, the excitement in the village grew. The villagers eagerly discussed their hopes and dreams for the coming year. In the village square, a large wooden stage was being constructed for the annual fireworks display. Amelia joined a group of villagers gathered near the stage, listening to their animated conversations. "I hope this year brings prosperity to our village," Mr. Johnson, the blacksmith, said with a hopeful smile. "I've been working hard to expand my business, and I believe this year will be a turning point. I wish for good health and happiness for my family," Mrs. Thompson, Amelia's mother, added, her eyes shining with love. "And maybe a grandchild," she added with a mischievous wink. Amelia couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder and excitement. She had always believed in the magic of the New Year's tradition, but this year, something was different. There was a spark of curiosity in her heart, urging her to explore the depths of the tradition and discover its true meaning. One cold afternoon, as snowflakes gently fell from the sky, Amelia found herself in the village library. She had always loved books and sought solace within their pages. As she perused the shelves, her eyes caught sight of an old, dusty book tucked away in a corner. Curiosity piqued, she reached for the book and carefully blew off the layer of dust that covered its worn cover. The title read "The Secrets of Midnight Wishes." Intrigued, Amelia opened the book and began to read. Page after page, she discovered a hidden quest tied to the New Year's tradition. The book revealed that there was more to the midnight wish than mere superstition. It held a secret power that could bring joy and fulfillment to not only the wisher but also the entire village. Amelia's heart raced with excitement as she realized the significance of her discovery. She knew she had to embark on this journey to fulfill a wish that would bring happiness to her fellow villagers and make their dreams come true. Armed with determination, Amelia sought advice from the wise old villager, Mr. Henderson. He had lived in the village for as long as anyone could remember and was known for his wisdom and guidance. Amelia found Mr. Henderson sitting on a bench near the village square, his face lined with age and wisdom. She approached him with a hopeful smile. "Mr. Henderson, I have discovered a quest tied to the New Year's tradition. I wish to embark on this journey and bring joy to our village. Can you guide me?" Mr. Henderson studied Amelia for a moment, his eyes filled with a mix of curiosity and pride. "Ah, young Amelia," he said, his voice filled with warmth. "You possess a rare spirit of adventure and selflessness. The first clue lies in the heart of our village, where the snow sparkles like diamonds under the moonlight." Amelia thanked Mr. Henderson for his guidance and set off on her adventure. She knew that the journey ahead would be filled with challenges, but she was determined to follow the clues and fulfill the wish that held the power to transform their village. Amelia followed the first clue, leading her to the village square. As she stood there, she noticed a small plaque embedded in the ground, hidden beneath a layer of snow. She brushed away the snow and read the inscription. "To find the second clue, seek the tallest tree that stands alone." With a sense of excitement, Amelia knew exactly where to go. She made her way to the outskirts of the village, where a majestic pine tree stood tall and proud. As she approached, she noticed a small envelope tucked between its roots. Inside was a riddle that would guide her to the next clue. With each clue she found, Amelia ventured deeper into the heart of her village and the surrounding mountains. Each clue brought her closer to understanding the wish she needed to fulfill. Along the way, she encountered different villagers who offered support and guidance. As Amelia journeyed through the snowy mountains, doubts began to creep into her mind. The path ahead was treacherous, and she wondered if she had what it took to complete the quest. But then, she remembered the hopes and dreams of the villagers, the anticipation in their eyes as they spoke of the New Year's tradition. She paused to catch her breath, leaning against a snow-covered boulder. The wind howled around her, and for a moment, she felt small and insignificant. But then, a young villager named Lily appeared, her cheeks rosy from the cold. "Amelia," Lily said, her voice filled with admiration, "I've heard about your quest. You're doing something incredible for our village. Don't give up now. We believe in you." Amelia was taken aback by Lily's words. She realized that her journey wasn't just about fulfilling a wish. It was about bringing hope and inspiration to those around her. With renewed determination, she pressed on, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Amelia faced numerous trials and tribulations as she continued her journey. The weather turned harsh, with blizzards and freezing temperatures making each step more difficult. The physical exhaustion threatened to overwhelm her, but she pushed through, fueled by the support and encouragement of the villagers. One night, as she sought shelter in a small cave, Amelia found herself questioning her decision to embark on this quest. She huddled close to the flickering fire, her body shivering from the cold. But then, she thought of the villagers back home, eagerly awaiting the fulfillment of their wishes. In that moment, Amelia realized that her journey was not just about herself. It was about the collective dreams and aspirations of her community. With renewed determination, she braved the elements and continued on her path, knowing that her success would bring joy to all. Amelia trudged through knee-deep snow, her breath visible in the frosty air. She had followed each clue diligently, and now she stood before a frozen lake. The final clue awaited her, hidden beneath the ice. She knelt down and pressed her gloved hand against the frozen surface. Suddenly, cracks formed, spreading outwards like a spider's web. Amelia's heart raced as the ice gave way, revealing a small box resting on a pedestal beneath the frozen water. With trembling hands, she opened the box and read the final clue. It spoke of a hidden cave deep within the mountains, where the wish could be fulfilled. Amelia knew that this was her last challenge, her final test before she could bring joy and happiness to her village. As midnight approached on New Year's Eve, Amelia reached the hidden cave deep within the mountains. The air was thick with anticipation, and a sense of magic hung in the air. She stepped into the cave, its walls illuminated by flickering candlelight. Amelia followed the instructions from the book, performing each action with precision and care. She could feel the energy building around her, as if the very air was charged with possibility. And then, at the stroke of midnight, she closed her eyes and made her wish. In that moment, a burst of light filled the cave, illuminating every nook and cranny. When Amelia opened her eyes, she found herself standing in a transformed village. The cottages were adorned with twinkling lights, and laughter filled the air. The wish had been fulfilled, and joy radiated through the village. The villagers emerged from their homes, their faces filled with wonder and happiness. They gathered in the village square, their voices mingling with laughter and song. Amelia stood amidst the celebration, overwhelmed with emotion. She watched as children danced with delight, their eyes sparkling with newfound hope. The villagers approached her one by one, expressing their gratitude for her selflessness and bravery. As the fireworks exploded in the night sky, illuminating the snowy landscape, Amelia knew that her journey had been worth every trial and tribulation. The village had been transformed, not just for one night, but for the entire year ahead. In the days that followed, Amelia reflected on her journey and how it had changed her perspective. She realized that the power of hope and community was stronger than she had ever imagined. The fulfillment of the wish had brought not only joy to the villagers, but also a sense of unity and purpose. Amelia became an integral part of the village, sharing in their joys and supporting them through challenges. She continued to teach at the village school, passing on the lessons she had learned during her quest. The villagers embraced her as one of their own, recognizing her selflessness and bravery. Throughout the year that followed, the fulfillment of the wish continued to positively impact the village. Mr. Johnson's business thrived, bringing prosperity to the entire community. Mrs. Thompson's wish for good health and happiness came true as her family grew closer and stronger. The village experienced a newfound sense of unity and hope. The villagers supported one another, their dreams intertwined with a shared belief in the power of wishes and the magic of New Year's Eve. Amelia watched as the village flourished, knowing that her journey had played a small part in their transformation. She had discovered the true meaning of the New Year's tradition. It was not just about making wishes, but about coming together as a community and believing in the power of hope. As another New Year's Eve approached, Amelia stood in the village square, surrounded by smiling faces and laughter. She closed her eyes and made a wish of her own, knowing that the magic of this night would continue to bring joy and happiness to their snowy village for years to come.